Unfortunately, our co-host Phil Peterson wasn't able to make it today because of problems at his house. So today we have Aaron White, aka Boogie the Grim Reaper. He is a uprising MMA star who recently fought at the what was it? The True
True
57
Rev 57.
True Rev 57 match. So, Aaron, tell us about your beginning.
Well, really, I want to start where shit. I had a pretty fun beginning. I really joined mixed martial arts altogether. It's been 5 years now. Right after high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't know what I really wanted to do after I graduated, and I know I didn't want to just go to school just to be on the school. So I went to the next thing, which was fighting in my book. So I started doing my research on gyms and even just events before I even went amateur, just to see what it was like. Uh, it was pretty, and I had some time at Peoria Fight Club, which is a PFC. It
Oh
was
yeah.
a pretty fun experience. Fought there a few times and then realized that if I wanted to better myself and uh, basically have those high level fights where I can test myself, I would have to really go amateur and look for real fights. So and I throughout all that time where I was training, I was training with Tony Folkers.
Oh.
So
Oh wow.
uh, yeah, no, he's my coach and the one who helped me get ready for this fight that I just had. So
So what does he specialize in?
um, I'd say really more of he's a ground guy, but he's a very good striker.
Oh. So where does he what gym does he train out of?
My coach does. My coach backstory is a little bit of a rough draft that I can't fully talk about because I don't know fully. So
That's okay. So, the reason why I've been reaching out to you and others in our community is because I am the one of the board members of the Peoria Martial Arts Forum. We're an organization that wishes to promote the martial arts and combat sports within the Central Illinois area, especially in Peoria, because I got the idea because after last year at that guns down gloves up bout at Peoria Friendship House, it got me thinking about something. There are no boxing shows, or well, there were a few days ago. But there are no combat sports tournaments or bouts here. Or that we have so many. We have nationally renowned fighters. We even have international renowned fighters and legends in the area. Yet no one ever talks about it, and they never get any media attention. So we want to change that.
yeah, no, that's something that we all talk about. Our area needs to be talked about more, especially because of combat. And I think it should be something that the city and even the board, the community, like the board in our city, should look at because we have we have a lot of people and we have a lot of things that we could help that could help this community and get a lot of eyes into our city. So,
So,
and then people that have already been doing it, it'd just be that extra stepping stone for us.
so how did you first get into Peoria Fight Club? Sorry for making you repeat the story.
Oh no, you're good. I got in Peoria Fight Club. Seen the video one day, as I told you after I got done graduating. I wanted to see what it was really like. I even looked at a few street beef YouTube videos and seeing how where some of their fights are located. Just
Oh,
watching out for like stuff like that. But when I seen we had something close by, the next thing was training because I didn't want to just jump into a fight because that's stupid. Uh, so that's where Tony Folkers came into play, uh, and this is actually before I even knew about I think Peoria Athletic Club
yes.
before I even knew about them. So he was kind of, and Tony was the best option for me because just when I met him as a person, and he was just a genuine being. So when I heard more and more about him throughout people that did mixed martial arts and boxing, I really wanted to go under his wing. So
I gotta understand what you're going to, because the gym I currently train at is called Peoria Muay Thai. Like, I actually learned about them from, because after watching Ong Bak, that's a Thai martial arts movie, I wanted to get into Muay Thai. But then I saw the ad for it at this restaurant called Thai Time. They're not open anymore. I saw the ad for them there, so I decided might as well go there. And I've been there since, I think it's been around 10 years, I think. I'm not sure. But
hell yeah.
yeah, some like when you go to the gym, it's almost like a brotherhood, or you're part of an army of people who always be by your side and have your back.
Yeah, no, and that's the reason kind of why I'm glad, I'm able to go around and train with, the other teams that I train with now, like Pac, the winning team, even Core, some guys I train with at Core, Peoria Friendship House, they got KOK, they have a few good guys I spar with. It just all around, I go get good work because, you never want to stay consistent with the people you've been working with for a while. You want to go out and get different looks so you're not sloppy.
That's actually a wonderful mentality to have. Like, you don't want to be defined by one place. You want to be so you want to be friends with everybody. So to speak, and you want to strengthen yourself by bonding with everybody. That's great mentality to have, especially in our city. Because sometimes I feel like one of the reasons why we don't get as much attention because there's a competitiveness. However, the competitiveness and not working with each other is not mutually exclusive, because competitiveness and friendship are not mutually exclusive to one another. There are periods where they intersect.
Yeah, no, that's basically where I try to not get in a mix of the toxic part of the you see it on the internet. I just don't try to be a part of that stuff because at the same time, I know some people kind of get their words out and everything gets mixed up. I'm one of those dudes who just don't try. I'm not good at talking most of the time, so I usually understand how it goes when we go in the gym and spar, and that's usually how things go. And we can talk, and usually able to talk after that. But yeah, no, I don't let the internet get involved with everything I do. I go see those people that get into it and argue most of the time and spar with them. So it's all love.
Oh, so what was it like fight? So tell us, the audience, more about your MMA career, like the matches you had.
I'd say okay. So my first match was, I'd say, the one where I had the. Oh, sorry about that.
It's fine.
Had a little hiccup here. You all right?
So,
no, my very first match was probably the match I had the most jitters in, and it's the match that I always remember before I get ready to take my walk out on the cage. I mean, into the cage. Do I need to get you something to drink? But no, I was the most nervous for that fight because I did everything else right. I cut the weight. I did all the training, so I knew I was there physically, but mentally I wasn't prepared. So because I did lose my first fight, so it was a big learning experience, and it really gave me another look on how I should go into my fights.
That is perfectly valid, and that's actually the best way to look at it. Don't ever see a defeat as a defeat. You see it as a learning experience, as a growing experience.
And then the biggest thing is, you feel me? you never know, and that's the fun thing about amateurs. You could run into this guy again, or potentially be fighting this guy for a belt. So everything comes together when it needs to. That's why I do love this sport.
So I'm going to ask a hard question. Are you the same person you were before that match?
Yes, I am. Nothing's really changed since that match. I'm taking a little break right now for my legs to heal, and I'm getting right back to it because it's just another win at the end of the day, and another person getting ready to fight
I
me.
mean, I meant to say after.
Up.
I mean to say after your loss, the first
Oh,
loss. I apologize. I should have been more
no, you're
specific.
good. No, it actually, just as my coach was told me, it'll be another day. You'll go right back into work doing the same thing. You'll go right back into training. We'll just be working even harder and the things that I need to do, which we did. So, with that mentality that he always had for me throughout those times where it got dark in my losses, I never really strayed away from it, and it never really gave me a reason to stop doing this. So it just gave me a reason to keep learning and have different outlooks on different possibilities when I'm in the cage fighting.
So one thing I feel like one of the most important virtues for a martial artist or combat sports protection in general is perseverance. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna get hurt, you're probably gonna lose at times, but that's not the reason. That is not a reason why you should say giving up. You have made that your founding, your cornerstone or your foundation, which is admirable.
Yes, and I think you feel me. The biggest thing, you should go in there knowing like, yeah, you could lose. You should. I mean, everybody that's the thing they tell you before we get ready to walk in that cage. Like you can have a good match and end up losing that match as well. So you have to be mentally prepared and professional at the same time because we're still at amateur level right now, and and the pros you can't break. So
So during your recent victory, how would you? I put the YouTube link into the description of the video down below. So go into detail. What was it like from your perspective? Because like watching it outside the ring is different from watching it from inside than experiencing it.
Yeah, no. From my perspective, there was a lot of things I could have done better, especially when it comes to damage wise. I was taking a lot of leg kicks, but I know why I was doing that. I was looking for the way to get Galvin down because he is a very good striker. So I was looking at ways to knock him down, as well as just trying to stay calm and I seen that. So I was looking at things in that fight that I watched it over a few times already that I didn't do in my previous fights that look a little better now, but I still need to work on. So I'm gonna just keep going over video and get ready to get back in camp. So
one of the best places actually to review tips, surprisingly, is YouTube of all places. Because you're always going to have, I know that sounds weird, but there are always going to be places, the best people often brag and post their tips on YouTube. Like, there's one good striker channel called Fight Tips by Shane. Really good channel. Like, he shares tips do you know about Cowboy Cerrone?
Yeah.
So the thing is, he actually trained, Shane, the guy who runs that channel, actually changed with his striking coach. And actually posted, like, one thing that Cowboy Cerrone, if you notice, is like he throws a hook sort of that misses, then he goes into the roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
I'll share you that information later, as well as I'll share that tip into the Peoria Martial Arts Forum Facebook group. So, again, who are the fighters you look up to the most and who inspire you?
Well, the fighters I grew up watching before were really my first one was Anderson Silva.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, no. So, funny story about that. I watched him with my big brother, who is another reason I started MMA.
Oh.
So, it was because it was something we both talked about doing and he was actually very, very, very good with it. He had other things going on in his life, so he couldn't pursue that dream.
So you're living
But
the
yeah, I'm living that dream
for
for him.
both of you. That's very admirable, and that shows how much you love and respect your brother.
Oh yeah, bro, and hopefully he knows that. So it. It was at first, I forgot who Anderson Silva fought. I think it was Forrest Griffin.
I think so.
Yeah, no, that was probably what really got me hooked. His style, the way he walks in there, the finesse. I know I would never have no finesse like that, but I would always want to walk in the octagon with that type of confidence.
So,
but another one, I'd say I've been enjoying watching Tom Aspinall.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's been on the newer side, so yeah, no, I enjoy him a lot. Bro gets in there and gets the job done and goes home, so I gotta respect that.
So two people I really admire right now are Buakaw Bachmek. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a legendary Muay Thai fighter from Thailand. Like, he competed and won. Like, the man is a monster. Like, they had to change the rules in regards to clenching because of how much he dominates opponents. Like, the dude knocks out people and knocks people out with punches and kicks. The other, and this is someone you prefer grappling or striking. Am I correct?
I prefer striking.
Oh, okay. This is someone you should. Oh, okay. My misunderstanding. However, one person you should look up is a man named Masahiko Kimura. He's a legendary judoka. What makes him so famous, one of the reasons why he's so famous, besides doing 1,000 push-ups a day and pushing himself to the absolute limits, is that he beat Helio Gracie, who was one of the founding fathers of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in a Jiu-Jitsu match. Basically broke his shoulder.
Oh shit!
Like, that's why the Kimura. Whenever you hear the Kimura hold in Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, that was the move he used to beat Helio Gracie. It was named after him, renamed after him. I mean, that shows something how much you've impacted your sport if you have a move named after you.
Yeah.
Like the Ali Shuffle.
Yeah, no, the Ali Shuffle was definitely one of the notable ones in boxing.
So,
but I'd say when it comes to, like, I guess, style, and the guy who I just love in there who doesn't fight anymore because I think it was health reasons. It was Zed Beat.
Oh.
Featherweight. He was a featherweight fighter in the UFC. Very technical, and then he could take you down at basically any time you wanted to. So he's actually somebody who I really enjoy fighting, and I try to implement some of his style, but it's very hard.
So, again, another hard question. If you were the fighter if you could be to your most potential and beyond, what would you imagine yourself being like in regards to how you would fight, and such and such?
To be honest, I don't really like compare myself to nobody because my style in particular is something I made myself. So, well, really, when it comes on the defense side, is my style is what I made for myself. But
you're a counter striker?
Huh?
You're a counter striker?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's clever. That's always. I try to be that myself. I don't fight. Truth be told, I'm as skittish as a bunny, so that's why I don't even go. I'm even reluctant to time or spar. So
yeah, no. Let's see what sparring, like, I even still get like jitters during and that too. So, like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's because remember I told you I go to different gyms all the time, so there's always that jitter there. Like, oh shit, somebody's gonna clip me today. Somebody's gonna be that guy that try to break my guard or drop me. But no, just I go in there, clear mindset. I don't try to be the aggressive guy who here to land big ass shots. I try to go in there and work at the paces my partner and shit, have fun and enjoy the shit and learn how you supposed to.
I so relate to that, especially if you're timing against guys who fight professionally, and they can basically, they're going easy on you. Like, I kid you not, a couple of months ago, I went to Luke Leslie giving a seminar at Peoria Athletic Club. I saw Thomas Blackerby give him a bloody nose. And I thought to myself, yeah, I am so glad I stepped out. I did not decide to time with these people.
Oh yeah, but no, that's just like it happens. Everybody usually gets a small little injury time and time again when you're sparring. So
yeah, but the fact that Thomas Blop gave a professional Muay Thai fighter who recently won his match a bloody nose.
Yeah, no, it's always a good time there.
I mean, I'm just like a jackal or something watching two lions fight and like saying, not getting in the middle.
Hell yeah, but it's a beautiful time when you're seeing both of those two go at it.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, no, those are little things I actually love enjoying. Like, just even seeing guys like Luke, because I was actually at one of his seminars, and he's the shit. He is definitely the shit. Like those are one of the other styles I really do like. This able to do whatever you want there. That is amazing.
So, in regards to my earlier question, like, what if you if you had Sylvia's confidence? Like, what would you have? What would you be like as your own unique person?
I have a lot. I'd probably say I have a lot more fight. I'd be a lot more active as he was, and real focused on that goal of becoming pro very soon than where I am right now, because the time at that time, they didn't do it just for like sorry about that. At that time, they didn't do it for just like, a side hobby or, this is my second job. They were doing it to do it because this was their way out. But, it coming from a guy who just, because I'm not someone who was born into the sport or grew up into the sport. I just joined not too long ago, but it's someone who just still, I get 5 years is pretty good. So
that's
I take that. And I guess I don't try to overdo anything because I'm still learning.
So this is just a tip I'm getting from a manga/anime series I like. Imagine a future version of you who's freely exceeded his limits, their limits. That's just the tip I can give to you, because sometimes the single bit of stimulus, a single thought can change a person's mentality.
Yeah. And you can have fights like that too, where it could be going left, and then you sit down and have that conversation with your coach, and that spark gets lit back in you. But see, that's a good one. See, I don't even know who I guess I'd go Pain because antagonist wise and everything, just Pain. I really try to go in there and deal a lot of damage when I do go fight, but it just all depends on how the fight goes. But I guess all together I would be. See, this is a tough question for me because I don't really be trying to put myself in a point of view of. That one's a hard one for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's okay. We all have. So if you could go. So what show? I know this. So besides the fighters you watch, who else? Like, what are there any fictional characters that inspire you to be better? Because we all have had that, or to become stronger.
If we're going animes, I guess I'm gonna go because I'm a OG. So it's gonna be like have you ever seen Berserk?
Yes, Guts.
Yes, sir.
Like, I kid you not, I play Elden Ring. I modeled my character after Guts. Also in Elden Ring, there's actually there's a weapon based off his sword. That's essentially a
Yeah, I
big
heard they
chunk
got a
of.
sword in there.
Yeah, I use that mostly, because like Dragon Slayer, it's essentially a big hunk of metal. That basically the fact that it's such a dangerous weapon, not because it is because Guts is the only one who can use it. And I kid you not about this, there was an actual mercenary who led his own band called, whose name Goats. And here's the crazy thing: he had a prosthetic arm also. The thing is, the creator of the series didn't realize, only learned about this after he created Berserk. That's just crazy.
That's kind of wild.
Yes.
Berserk, even like, because the arm that gets built on in the manga, the crossbow arm, that's probably like my favorite setup for him.
And the fact it has its own miniature cannon in it. I think that's the reason why like Gods is because he's perseverance incarnate. Like, it's actually interesting that Guts' mechanical arm was modeled after another series called The Cobra. So this is basically a sci-fi series about a space pirate. So a lot of that influenced a lot of other series. Like, if you ever watched Trigun, like Vash the Stampede's arm, like that phrase they got that I told you about exceeding your limits is from a series called Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if you know that.
Oh yeah, I know what Jujutsu Kaisen is.
Like, it's a series that Gojo says that to Megumi. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm still kind of dealing PTSD off the season, so.
No, it's from the first. This is from the first season.
I know. Are you still in the first season?
No, I finished both seasons. I'm also caught up with the manga. I won't reveal the manga. But
Please don't.
Of course not. But things get crazier. That's all I'll say.
Hell yeah.
So the thing is, when Megumi releases his domain expansion for the first time, because like he's losing against that cursed spirit, but then he learns Gojo's work. Essentially, Gojo is his coach when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, basically tells him, you can imagine a future version of you that can be stronger. That's when Megumi decides to use domain expansion for the first time. So that's like, I can sometimes, like, it's amazing how much fictional shows can inspire you and actually give you some motivation, as long as, like, now especially, I've noticed a lot of things, especially, this is going to sound weird, especially among current martial artists and combat sports practitioners, well, with the exception of Andrew Tate. Like, manga are very popular, because our generation as millennials and Generation Z people, as well as older and Generation X to a lesser extent, still to an extent, and we grew up on Dragon Ball series, Yu Yu Hakusho, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, like some of the
Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, we grew up watching this stuff, being amazed by these characters, as well as, and here's the crazy thing, those shows were in turn inspired by Western media, like fighters, like Bruce Lee admired. I know this may sound such a jump, like Bruce Lee admired African American boxers like Muhammad Ali, and in turn, like current fighters admire Eastern martial artists. Like, it's a mutual respect that helps each other grow. Like, that's maybe one of the reasons why I know in the African American community back during the 70s and 80s, why Kung Fu was so popular, because it gave it was used as a, how do I say this? Basically, using a power, one marginalized minority group could look up to another minority group as inspiration for strength. Because that's why why I noticed something about the African American community. Like, anime is very popular. Manga is very popular. Like, one of my favorites, back when I was teaching, I used to teach martial arts at Manual. Out of curiosity, which high school did you go to?
I graduated from Manual.
Oh, really? How long ago?
I was in 2020.
2020. So let's see. You're 26, I assume, or 22. 22.
Yeah, no, I'm 23.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, like one of my favorite students there. He's a very big manga and anime fan. Of course, the fact that he speaks in Japanese while he's kicking the pads was amazing. It just made me laugh. Of course, doing a mock sparring match, you know how I started it? I goaded him by saying, "Bring it on, weeb." That's
I
a joke.
probably might know dude what's his name?
Jalen Compton. He, he's probably a sophomore right now. I shouldn't be saying people's names. But amazing kid, very talented. Another, like, they're so amazing what kind of talented people, like, not, the reason why I actually started teaching combat sports at Manual is because originally I was a creative writing teacher for working for Art Inc. But I made me realize something. What can I actually teach kids that would be interesting? That I can teach them combat sports because that's way more interesting. Because I feel like what Robert Bryant did with Peoria Fight Club and what KOK is trying to do with Guns Up, Gloves Down. I feel like martial arts and combat sports is great relief for energy, teaching your kids discipline, and that violence is not violence is never justified unless it's necessary. The fact that also it teaches you that there are some fights not worth fighting.
Yeah, no, and that's why I think we need more people, more eyes, I guess, more educated eyes. Looking at more in at these big events like Guns Up, Gloves Down, PFC, PAC, just all the camps in general. Go, like just get an outlook. Maybe even start bringing it back to schools just to have after school, because who knows? Who knows how many kids would love to have an after school boxing gym or kickboxing gym somewhere. They'll do wrestling and football, so why not try these new things?
Yeah, like one legendary boxer is named from the area was named Francis Sargent. So one reason why he got into it because he wasn't good at team sports. So that's why he got into boxing. The fact the man fought against Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, he lost, but he fought against two legends and he can still tell the story. That says something.
Yeah.
He's a fine like. But you're right. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to create the Peoria Martial Arts Forum, because to also potentially get combat sports back into the schools, like everything I like. Sometimes I feel like you've truly accomplished your goal is when you inspire others to be better as well as you. So actually, it's interesting that you mentioned that your older brother convinced. Like I started taking karate lessons. That's why I first got into combat sports when I was 8 or 9 or. That felt like an eternity ago. He inspired me to go into it because he was in class also. So it's amazing how much our loved ones inspire us, but also we kind of inspire them also when it comes to combat sports.
Yeah, no, that's and there's nothing better than living the dream and also enjoying it, because you could be doing this just to be doing it, or you could just be your foot can be in and out of it. But I know learning and loving the sport now, you can't have one foot in, one foot out. That's how you get hurt.
I know, yeah, I agree. So that's why I'm a little bit skittish when it comes to, because for one thing, I flinch a lot when I'm during sparring. Also, because I have Asperger's syndrome, sometimes my reaction time isn't the best.
Right.
So, if you were to give tips to an up and coming fighter, what would you tell them?
Don't focus too hard on. I say my biggest thing was I was too focused on my weight cut.
Oh.
Yeah, my very first fight, it looked good, but it didn't feel good. And it was really more of this my first time cutting weight. Didn't really do all my research behind it. So, yeah, no, I just jumped in thinking I knew what I was doing just because I was an athlete and I knew my body. But no, definitely take your time. Look at your nutrition, calories, and all those things before you start doing that, because when it comes to hitting mitts, training, just be consistent. You got to be consistent. The days you give yourself breaks, or I say you feel like you need to sit in the house, you should be either doing a workout or looking up something that you could learn in that sport, because ain't nothing wrong with keeping yourself educated,
Yeah.
especially on a lazy day.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if I don't exercise at least once per day, unfortunately, I have not exercised today. You feel dead inside. Like you feel like
Yeah.
something. Like it's only after you exercise intensely that you actually, for at least at any, you only feel the world feels alive, and so do you.
Yeah, no, and then those it just like, and then when you don't do it, it's just like damn, it's like a day like goes by. You like I need to do something,
I know it
and then
feels.
you find yourself shadow boxing in the corner. So yeah, no, it's
Oh,
it's a lot.
I'm so guilty of that myself. Like I'm so guilty of that myself.
Oh yeah,
So
no, trust me, I do it a lot, especially working third shift.
oh wow, yeah. This is like not only that, especially the fact that because like I've been busy taking care of the puppy, my German Shepherd puppy this whole for a while for the last few days. That haven't gone to the gym. I haven't gone to Muay Thai at all this week. It feels like because I feel like it's amazing how much. It's almost like when you become stronger, exercise becomes like addiction. Of course, I find that also that idea ridiculous because exercise is what you need. It's up
Yeah,
your body telling you that. Well, it does have symptoms like you feel down. Does feel like withdrawal symptoms from a drug or some shit. The fact that comparing exercise with like Coke or something is just far fetched, but
yeah, no, you feel like you got that little rush where you feel like you ain't did nothing, and then you just bursting with energy at a certain hour.
I know like it's you're always wanting that feeling like you're feeling you it's like complacency is awful like you're twiddling your thumbs you're like a volcano waiting to explode but there's no way you can.
Man, what you? Oh, okay, I think you got. Sorry about that.
So so here I'm going to say another this time it's going to be a real controversial question.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate?
Bro talks a lot. I'll give him that. I don't really listen to nothing he says, or he is for certain people, I guess, but in my line of work and what I'm doing right now, motivation wise, he is not for the right. He's not a good person in the ear to hear. Like it's just yap. So I don't know. He seems like a good person, but I don't know what his intentions is at all. My man's here to make money, so I know that.
I feel like the guy's kind of a pompous windbag, and not only
Yeah,
that.
no, but these some of these dudes keep this facade up because it makes them money, and that's how the business goes, and they in their line of work. So
And not only that, not only that, the fact the man kind of disparaged anime of saying that only people who are depressed and shit are into anime, bruh, bullshit.
yeah, no, and like I say, he's one of those dudes who try to trap you to like force you to go back to watch his videos. Just to, uh, it's all like the Jake Paul stuff. Like
Oh,
they know how to bring people back. I give them that.
okay. So, what are your thoughts on? Go more into depth about your thoughts about Jake Paul. Speaking of griefers,
Uh, shit, hell of a businessman. He know how to motherfucking market himself. Shit, if you can keep yourself relevant in our generation, you're doing something right.
so
So
question: if he were to fight against Sylvia at his prime, who would win?
Silver, what? But that's not even a question. That's what he's getting the shit beat out of him. But you know, like I said, business. He's a smart businessman. I have to give him that.
I will. That's not. You're not wrong. The thing is, the man has not yet to fight an actual challenge.
Oh yeah, I mean, you feel me? And that's people taking his offers though. That's kind of like I said, when you market yourself right and the right people bite on that hook, that's really how you get people. Just the same case.
Like someone like Tyson Fury or someone who's up and coming. Like I don't know if you train with Anthony Holloway, right?
Yeah, no, that's my cousin.
Oh, really? You're
Yeah,
oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know you two were related.
yeah. Long story, but yeah, we're related.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't realize that. So he wants to fight Jake Paul, and I think if he pushes himself past his limits, he can beat him easily.
Oh
Chal-
hell yeah, he just definitely. You feel me? It just with that it just marketing. That's another thing that Jake. You got to have that marketing thing in your pocket too.
like the fact that the man's actually ranked above Anthony of all people. Like Anthony, I've seen the man trains like a beast. The fact that Coach Bell and Coach Bang have to ask him to leave the gym not because he trains himself beyond his limits and actually give himself some rest time. That man's 100% work, and the fact that Jake Paul is ranked above him. Like one thing, why the Peoria Martial Arts Forum wants to help, like being trying to go into professional fighters requires marketing. Like not everyone has that luxury of like it takes money, it takes media attention. The fact that Jake Paul knows how to market himself makes him lucky. Like
Yeah,
there's someone who could. I know there are probably people around here who could beat his ass easily, and they unfortunately they can't get attention. Like not only another reason why I started the forum is that we're in the middle of Chicago, St. Louis, Missouri, Iowa, Indiana. Those are states where a lot of fights happen. Not a lot of our fighters have to leave Peoria to fight, but here's a good question: that requires a flight, a car, and money. Not every one of those around here, especially in the South Side and the East Bluff, have that luxury.
yeah,
Because that's why I want to have more bouts here because they can just come and go into the Civic Center or Expo Gardens and beat up someone.
yeah. No, and that's and the right way, and not just doing it up to your will or just jumping in there because you know I don't really how do I say it like the biggest thing is we have so much going on in our city that it ain't enough positive shit to do. So what is there to do when it ain't no positive? It's straight negative. So you got kids that don't even supposed to be doing stuff at bad age and stealing cars and shit.
I know.
That just shit you never see you never supposed to see at kids doing at a certain age. It's just like and you feel me, the excuses they try to throw out are dog shit, but if we did have more things in our community in the schools for these kids to go do other than look at each other every day when they get out of school, I think it would make something change.
I agree. Like somebody should honestly talk to District 150 about putting in combat sports into that as an after-school program. I mean, I was doing with Art Inc. to teach them, but I was one person. But also, Art Inc. has enough trying to focus on other things. So it's just a complicated. It's amazing how broken our city can be at times. I also started the forum because I wanted to help address some of the issues within the city. I apologize if I repeat myself.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, it's things that we could do definitely as a community. But I know that takes time because, as you said, it's kind of broken, and it's not enough communication amongst people to even try to get something big as a real organization going. But it does start with somebody. So
I agree. I mean, that's what like again I keep talking about the Peoria Martial Arts Forum. I'll confess it's a little bit of advertisement for the organization. Is that we started it because I realized that I can't be the only one. That's why I'm reaching out to people like you and other fighters in the area to get you guys' attention, so people notice and realize what our Peoria can be. I mean, shit, if it plays in Peoria, it can play anywhere.
yeah, and hopefully we get enough people to start seeing and the right people to start seeing these things because all it takes is the right person to see it. Just like like I be telling my little sisters, you can go viral in this generation. You can go viral off anything. You feel me? If the right person sees it, you just got to do it. Just all depends on what's going on at that time.
So I think that would be all for tonight, folks. So thank you for this interview. Thank you so much, Aaron, for your time.
Of course.
For anyone who wants interested in his career, I posted a link to his MMA career as well as this video of his recent fight in the description of this video. Please check those out. This is Anshuman Reddy from the Peoria Martial Arts Forum.